I am looking forward to another great conversation with Erin Camfield from Centerstone. Now, this is really great. Erin, this is a new feature here. We got some picture-in-picture action going on, so we'll see how this works. There you are. Look at that. All righty here. We're figuring this out. Erin, good morning, and how are we doing today?
Good. How are you doing this morning?
Oh, I'm hanging in there. You know, every time I say good, something happens. So I always kind of just say fair to Midland, you know, and move on. You know, how's everything been this summer just right off the bat at Centerstone? You guys are always doing amazing things and always great to recognize those.
So, yes, we've had a busy summer, several events. And looking forward to this next event that we're having in September.
Now, take us through this. Now, this is a pretty much a huge event for you guys. This is Centerstone Life Story 5K Walk Run, correct?
Yes, that is correct. This is the first year that we're having this event in Illinois, but this is an event that has been happening at our Florida location for 21 years. The purpose of Life Story is to bring about awareness for suicide prevention. It's life story, and the semicolon represents that there's more to come. So there's more to your life and there's more to your story. So this is really about the community coming together, whether you're a walker, a runner, or if you're like me and your only goal is to not be the last person past the finish line.
Amen.
It's really about a community coming together and showing those that might be having thoughts of suicide that we care about them and we want their life to continue.
Absolutely. And on top of that, now this one in September is in Marion, Illinois, correct?
That's correct. It is in Marion, Illinois, but the good news is that we have a virtual aspect to it.
I love it.
No matter where you're at, you can walk. We actually have a team in Indiana right now, and they are just planning on getting together as a group and walking around one of the parks there in Bloomington, Indiana. So it doesn't matter what city, state, or even country you're in, you can participate in the Life Story event, and the money that you pay for participating all goes back to help those individuals who might be suffering from thoughts of suicide.
Well, and I mean, this is really a great opportunity for so many of us to come together, like you were just saying, Erin. I mean, we all know somebody, I think, at this point in time. It's almost, I think fair for me to say that all of us at least know one person that is struggling with mental health issues and disorders and trying to get through and, just to come together to maybe reflect on a relative or a loved one that unfortunately maybe didn't see, something happen and they lost that battle or that, fight. But just to remember them and to come together and hope that, maybe we can raise more awareness, make sure there's enough funds available for folks to get the help that they need too.
Yes. And the good thing about Life Story is that you can create a team. So if you are if you are an individual who has lost a loved one, know someone that has lost a loved one, you can create a team in honor of those individuals or in memory. I myself, I'm part of a team. Unfortunately, I know a little bit more than just one person who's been affected by suicide, but I'm a part of a team for a girl that I knew who unfortunately lost her life to suicide, and her mom created a team. And so even though I can't walk in person that day because I'm going to be busy managing the race, I did join her team, and I plan on participating virtually prior to the event as well. And you can participate virtually anytime between September 1st and September 9th.
Oh, good. So that way it's not, one day you got to get up there and make sure you're there. If you're virtual, you can just, participate and build up to that, and, take it as you'd like. Erin, I wanted to ask you this, and I think, especially with what you just said, it segues it perfectly. What does this walk mean for a group of individuals that are representing that loved one, that are out there trying to remember the individual that lost that battle, or who's, what's that mean for them and even yourself in this case as you're representing, an individual?
I think it represents, obviously I can't speak for everyone, but I
Hmm.
think it represents that, you know, the loved ones have lost those that have lost a loved one to suicide, they want to see others overcome that battle.
Hmm.
They want to see others win that battle. They don't want other families to know the loss that they have felt, the hurt that they are feeling every day of their lives. They want those individuals to know that they're loved, to know that their life is important. And so that's what it represents to me, is that I'm walking in Kara's memory in hopes that another Kara in this world who might be going through the same battle as the Kara that I lost
Yeah.
wins her battle. So that's what that means for us. And I know that sometimes, you've heard stories of those individuals who might have had an attempt and they're thankful that it didn't end with the end of their life.
Yeah.
And so this is an opportunity for those individuals who might have attempted to attempted suicide, to come and show their support and that their life matters, and to share that with other people who might be going through similar situations as themselves.
And that's actually, I don't know if you're reading my mind, but again, segued it perfectly, Erin, because that was my thought is, would this be an appropriate opportunity, maybe not to, force somebody to go, but if somebody is experiencing these, these symptoms, these issues, would it be an okay, thing in your opinion to be able to be a part of this event and to meet with the other individuals that were affected by this, that maybe, like you said, power, overcame it and, were able to move forward? Is that a good opportunity?
Yes, it is. It is a very good opportunity. They are going to find support from professionals and family members. And if an individual has had thoughts of suicide and have overcome those thoughts of suicide, I encourage them to join us at Life Story and to share their stories, because sharing our stories is what's going to help others get through this, and encourage others to overcome their battles and to seek the help that they might need. So, yes, please join us.
Absolutely. And I'm also looking, I kind of buried the lead here, Erin. I'm very sorry. Let me restart this segment just very briefly. We'll not pretend the last, 6 minutes didn't happen or 10. We'll just act like this is just like part 2. Okay, ready? Here we go. This is the inaugural Marion, Illinois event. So how long has this been in the making? Do you know of when we were adding this? Or because I know that this has been going on for 20 years.
Yes, it's been going on for 21 years in Florida, and I was approached by the foundation to see if we wanted to replicate this event in Illinois, shortly after I started 2 years ago. And I said, absolutely, I will replicate the event. It's going to be a bit different, a bit smaller. The event in Florida has brought in over thousands of participants. We're hoping to bring in at least 300 participants, both in person and virtually. But I have been planning this event again shortly after I started, which was about 2 years ago. So it's been 2 years in the making.
Wow. And how does it feel now though to see this all come into fruition? All the parts are in place, so there's nothing left to do but, get some folks signed up and see how it turns out. Are you excited or kind of nervous?
A little bit of both. I'm very excited for this to take place. I'm very excited for this event. I'm excited for the community to come together. I'm excited for the message that we're sharing with the community, that people's lives matter. So I'm very excited about that. I'm also nervous that we're not going to get the 300 attendees. So, we do have different ways for people to sign up. We have discounts for first responders, and we have discounts for military and veteran personnel and their immediate families. Again, create teams ask family if you're an individual who has unfortunately lost someone, or you're an individual who has overcome thoughts of suicide. Ask your friends, your family, your colleagues, bring your dog. So
Bring your dog's
create a
friend.
team. Teams of 15 or more get their team name printed on their t-shirts. Those have to be registered by August 15th, though, in order for the printing to take place on the t-shirts. There's still sponsorship opportunities if you're a business, whether you're a business in Alton. Again, this is a virtual opportunity. Centerstone provides services there in the Alton community. So we hope to have a huge Alton crowd participating in the 5K. Sponsorship opportunities are available. So if you're a business and you want to share with the community that, you support suicide awareness and prevention, please feel free to contact me. We would love to promote your business in this event.
Absolutely. And on top of that, just something that came to mind, there's a couple of groups around here that put on, rides for suicide awareness and prevention throughout the year. Would it be okay for maybe a group that does something similar down here to get a team together and go up and represent that too? And kind of how does that work?
Absolutely. If there's anyone within people can walk there in Alton. If they want to join us in person, cool. They can join us in person. We are starting at 7:30 in the morning. So if you're traveling from Alton, if you're a morning person and you want to get on the road early, or if you're like me and you like to sleep till the very last minute, come down the night before. So we've got wonderful places for people to stay. But yes, absolutely. Anybody, if any group that wants to promote themselves in person, please join us.
Absolutely. And just really briefly, I'm glad you mentioned that, because that was going to be my monologue today. I kind of messed up my own hair appointment and thought I had one. It took me 40 minutes to get this mullet, brushed back today. And I thought, thank goodness I didn't wake up at the last minute. I was so proud of myself, Erin. With that being said, I also saw an opportunity for folks that maybe might not be able to be a part of it, can still donate. Is that true?
Yes. Anybody that wants to donate can donate. They can go to centerstonelifestory.org and click on the Illinois button. And there on that, there's an option to just give. You can register, you can give, you can support a team that's already formed. So even if someone's forming a team, they can do fundraising efforts for that team as well. So absolutely, there's ways to donate. And if anybody wants to come down and just support, they don't want to participate, but they want to appear in person, volunteer. There's a volunteer button as well. And we have lots of volunteer opportunities. And if you can't do it the day of, but you want to come down the night, maybe some of these groups who want to come and join us in person, they can come down the night before and help us get things set up the night before, and then race the next day. So, but we'll have a wonderful event. It's more than just a 5K. We're going to kick it off with the singing of the national anthem and presentation of colors. The race will start. When the race finishes, we have a guest speaker. It's a local mom. She's from the Southern Illinois, Jackson County, Williamson County area. And unfortunately, she lost her son last year to suicide. So she's going to be speaking about the impact that suicide has had on her and her family.
Wow.
So this is, and including sponsor tables, we are going to have all kinds of health and wellness organizations. So if there's a health and wellness organization in the Alton community that wants to participate and join us, contact me and we can get you set up as a vendor, and you can come join us in person and share your products and the work that you do. Alton's not that far from us. And I can tell you, as the mom of a kid with mental health issues, I have made many, 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 many trips to the St. Louis area to get help for my kids. So feel free to join us. We are, all are welcome.
Absolutely. And I just want to throw this out there. I don't know if is there a teleprompter on your end of this? Because that was the next question. You have hit three, and you are 3 for 3. Talk about a good day at the ballpark, huh, Erin? With that, with that being said, I wanted to circle back. One last question for you, then we'll overview it again. On a more serious note, you've had, I'm sure, the opportunity to really hear from these families and their perspectives and your own firsthand perspective. How is it to hear somebody else's experience in such a terrible situation? How does it feel for somebody to hear those words? Is it more inspiring? Is it more of an awareness message? How do those kind of feel and look in that speaking engagement?
I think that it's all of the above. You're going to have people that are inspired by the message. You're going to have people who connect with them. You're going to have people who are going to come away feeling not alone anymore. You're going to have people who just have an understanding, of what suicide, so many people, there are still so many people in the world who aren't affected by suicide, who don't necessarily know someone that has taken their life by suicide, or are aware that someone that they know might be having thoughts of suicide. So it's going to bring about an understanding to those individuals about what the impact of suicide can have on a family. Because again, mental health and suicide, it doesn't just affect one person. It affects multiple people. So I think people are just going to be able to take away what they need to take away from this message, whether it be a message of hope, a message of connection, or a message of understanding.
Absolutely. And Erin, with that being said, I can't thank you enough for filling us in on this. And as you guys are following along, we will link you to that registration site for the life story for suicide, 5K for suicide prevention, That's Saturday, September the 9th over there in Marion, Illinois. If you cannot make it, there's a virtual option for everyone to be a part of this. Just amazing opportunity to really reflect and hopefully, be the change, Erin, with that being said, one last question for you. It's an easy one. How's the advancement over at Centerstone going?
It's good. So it's good, but we can always use more advancement. And again, I just want to highlight the fact that, sponsorship opportunities are available. Donations are accepted. Every dollar raised through Life Story in Illinois stays here in Illinois to help patient care, those that are seeking treatment to prevent suicide in the lives of those individuals and the effects that it can have on their families. So please, even if you aren't able to join us by participating in the race, please consider donating or being a sponsor, because again, this is something that is going to affect your community and provide services to those individuals that are in need within your community.
Absolutely. One last question, because I'm on the race roster site now. I see an option to buy as a gift. Is that something to where, let's say, I could buy or buy a donation or buy a registration for a team in honor of somebody? Could that be an option as well?
Honestly, I don't know much about the gift option.
I like the idea. I think mine's the winner.
But yeah, I would say test it and see. And if at any time you have questions about the options on the website, the registration site, there's a contact number, and you can always reach out to me. I'm more than happy to help in any way. And there's also a contact number for Nancy Lau, who knows a lot about the registration site and all the options available. And if there's any glitches, she can help you real quickly. So again, if you have any questions, if you get on there and you have questions about what you need to do, or you have any type of issues with registering, please either reach out to myself or Nancy.
Absolutely. Erin, thank you so much for your time. If you're just tuning in, you missed a great conversation. We were talking all things Centerstone's Life Story 5K for suicide prevention, the first of its kind, well, in Marion, to say the least. Marion, Illinois, September the 9th. It starts at 7:30 a.m. So for all you early risers, a perfect opportunity, a virtual option available, and we will link you to the on-demand version of this interview. Erin, have a great Thursday. I hope you're in air conditioning because it's going to be humid and muggy out there today.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me again. Always a pleasure talking with you.
Absolutely. Erin Camfield, she is the Director of Advancement at Centerstone. We'll talk again soon, and best of luck as you get closer and closer to the September 9th date.
Thank you.
We'll take a quick break. More of our daily show comes back around the corner after this one in downtown Alton.